Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to say something good about Barack Obama. I've been attacking him here and there about different things that I felt he was doing wrong hundreds of different times. And it's about time I said something good about him. But the only problem is, I can't think of anything. There's nothing good he has done again this week. I'd love to say something good. He's my president. I'd love to pay tribute to him. I'm not like the type of a people who hated Bush, and no matter what he did, it was disgusting. If he smiled, it was disgusting. If he said hello, it was disgusting. They didn't like his look. They didn't like his attitude. They didn't like the way he moved his hand, his foot, his finger. They always found something to hate about him, and they wished him dead and destruction. I'm just the opposite. I wish this man only the best and the best of everything. I hope he's the most successful president that ever lived. That's why I keep giving him advice every week to try to explain to him what he's doing wrong, but he doesn't seem to take my advice. He's not listening to me. Well, why, if this man listened, he would become a great president. First of all, you don't bow to the king of Saudi Arabia. Now, I know everybody is saying, what bow? He didn't bow. Now, it goes to show how this administration has no respect for anybody. You see a man bowing practically to the floor. He practically turned over. He was almost rolling down already. Now they're claiming, what about it? The man is a short person, so he said hello to him. Now let me ask you a question. If you say a short person, do you wind up on the floor to say hello to him? He looked like his foot fell off, or he got the cramps. He didn't know what condition he was in. You thought, God forbid, he was attacked by somebody. I was going to jump into the White House to see if I could pick him up. Now they're telling me, this is the same. If every time he does something wrong or stupid or ridiculous, either they cover it up with thousands of lies that everybody always excuses. If he tells lies 1,000 times a day, it's excusable. Now, let me show you an example how he can't do nothing wrong, and no matter how wrong it is, everybody celebrates it. And if it's really stupid, nobody even notices it. If Bush made one mistake, a gaffe of any kind about anything, if he said hello and he didn't say it perfectly, he said hello instead of hello. Oh, my God, who says hello when you're supposed to say hello? They would destroy him. Here was a guy who made up a language that doesn't exist and nobody noticed it. He was talking about the Austrian people. He says, I don't like to criticize anybody. I want to say something to you in Austrian people, but I have to say it to you in Austrian.
I don't know what the term is in Austrian.
There's no such thing as Austrian. There's no such language as Austrian. He says, I have to tell you in Austrian. Where's Austrian? Maybe he doesn't even know that Austria is a country, and not every country has its own language. Somebody should explain that to him. Bush was supposed to be a moron. Now, what would you call him if he doesn't even heard of a language and he doesn't know the difference between Austria as a country and as a language? There's no language called Austrian. In Austria, they happen to talk German. Did you ever hear of Germany? If you've heard of it, do you know there's a language called German, and they happen to talk it in Austria? But nobody will notice it. Nobody will make fun of it, and nobody will talk about it. Because it's not nice to criticize. After all, he's your president. These same people who would destroy Bush just for living, and they don't see anything wrong with it. Here is a missile system. All of a sudden, we have money for everything in the world, for every MMARC program, for bridges that go no place. But we have no money for the missile system. The anti-missile system is supposed to protect us. You would think that peace was just declared all over the world, that North Korea gave up completely their missile system, and Iran is no longer a threat, and the first thing we have to do is give up our anti-missile system. Israel just tested a missile system, and it proved to be workable, and it was brilliant, and it killed the missile that was about to come into Israel. The test worked perfectly. America hasn't got yet one that works perfectly. We're developing it, and we're close to it, and it just requires some more money to make it workable, and all of a sudden, that's the only thing that's not important. And when is it not important? Just on the same day that North Korea discovered a missile that was almost perfect, will probably be perfect in a month from now, that could bomb Alaska, could bomb Turkey, could bomb Europe, could bomb America, could bomb Pittsburgh, could bomb your house, could bomb everything in the world. They could destroy you, and this is the perfect time to give up the defense missile system. This is the only time we decide we don't need it. As soon as they're about to come, imagine if the mafia was coming to kill you, and this is the only time you found out that you better stay in the house, and if you have a gun, throw it out. Make sure they could kill you without a problem. It could reach America, and we don't know if it could reach a third of America or all of America. So if you happen to live a block away from somebody else, you might be safe. But your brother-in-law might get wiped out. Maybe you don't care about your brother-in-law, but what if your mother lives there? Would you still not care? How sick are you that you may not care about this missile system? And you know what his answer is? I'm mad. What are you going to do about it? That's not important. The main thing is I'm disturbed. Not only that, I'm going to the UN, which did not never before and is guaranteed to do nothing now. But this time, I'm not only going there, but he's sending a letter. And if he gets this letter, he might send us bombs, but we're sending letters. You know how many letters he's going to get because of this missile system? You know how many times he's going to bomb your house before he gets another letter? How many letters do you think we should send him? And how many times should we give up our defense system so that letters will replace this? You know what else is going to replace it? Another speech. Every time something goes wrong anywhere in the world and the problem becomes so overwhelming that nobody knows what to do about it, he answers the problem. You know how? By making another speech. And everybody forgets what went wrong. All they remember is what a speech he made. The only trouble with these speeches is when bombs start falling, you won't even be able to hear the speech. Is that what you want to live to see? It's up to you.